The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Thursday, the 22nd of January. Moving quite quickly, well into 2026. So yesterday, as I said to subscribers, market was red. And as soon as Trump made that announcement, it went from red to green land. And now we've got a follow through. So the market was at the lows of the session almost. And then it suddenly turned around, had a big spike, pulled back a little bit near the close. Today had another big spike, and now it's pulling back. It's up 202 at 49,279. But we were high so it's 300 points off the high. We hit 49,000. Unbelievable, these moves. 579. So I said to subscribers that there is a rotation going on. We're going into different sectors. And as a result, we just can't get too carried away. We've got to start positions in the sectors that we have started to show strength. And the tech sector, for instance, here's a good example. Here is RKLB. We've had really fantastic profits from the 48th entry. 3 days ago, we took just off the high, we took another little bit off, but it's starting to show some weakness. And I've got it as the only way I can count it is a leg B, going to a possible peak B this week. I don't see any way this week that we're going from 81, where we are right now, to 99.59 to make a new high. So this is something that I'm monitoring very closely. Leg D, Rocket Lab, USA, aerospace manufacturer, end-to-end solutions, was a fantastic winner. Is this going to be another one like we saw with Robinhood? Robinhood goes all the way to the 150s, comes down. Look where it is, 105. I mean, a 50-point move from 150. This is a third lower. It's at 105.53, and I think that's tied very much to Bitcoin. Look at that. Bitcoin made 127,750 high in October. Let me just see where. So look at this. QQQ made its all-time high also in October, and the 630s, and here it is at 618.20. So you can see that the tech sector is struggling somewhat, and as a result, we've got to be looking at this and saying, rotation. The stocks like Alcoa that we've had for some time, back in the 43s, now trading at 64. Look at that. I mean, that's aluminum. That goes with Boeing, I think. I've tried to find out what percentage is. It's very hard. But I think a lot of it must go into Boeing, into airlines, into the airplanes. Leg E to the upside, Boeing at 252, round number open. Now it's 250.60. Hit 254.14. I'm going to watch that closely. So I'm just trying to give you a picture here to say, let me just check the IYT, that there's a rotation going on. And look at this. The iShares Transportation Average ETF is at an all-time high today. It hit 78.65. And look at that. That is very intriguing. Still in leg C in the monthly chart. So you can tell. Let's go to Jets. Again, I'm going to turn this more into a kind of a Friday Chapman Wave technical analysis session. Look at this. Almost at an all-time high for the U.S. Global. Not all-time high. A recent recovery high over the last couple of years. All-time high was way back in 2000. Was it January 2018? Yep. Is that 7 years ago? 7 years ago, the airline index was at 3475. It plummeted down to the 12, was it double bottom at 1127. And look at this. we've got a new recovery high. That is a 1, 2, 3. It's a 5-year high as we're speaking, and that's what I'm saying. That this is the most amazing market over the last year and a half or so, because as one sector got very, very weak, I was asked about Amazon. Look at Amazon. Amazon is near the highs. 242.27 was the high in February of 2025. And yet, even that rebound just went to 248 in January, around about the 12th. I'll give you the exact number, 248.94. And look, now it's struggling. But if you look at the weekly chart, I've been talking about this for a long time. This is a rectangle formation. You can trade within this range of 218 to 250. You can trade that way for a long time, even up to the all-time high. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying there's a rotation going on. You've got to be careful. You've got to be very selective. And at the same time, look at this. Bank of America, all-time high at 57.55 on the 5th of January, trading now at 52. Well, 3-4 points is not a big deal, but look what it did. A peak D, failed in this Chapman inside track repellent zone, failed to hold the up channel support. 9 is still very strong over the 14, but that's the whole thing that I'm talking about, the XLF. That's the financials. Bank of America is in the XLF. Look at that. That's a big pullback. Chapman Wave 2-bar reversal. Why on earth did I not put the price in? The price is 56.52 on the 6. 52. There are 52. I just said it, didn't I? On the 6, 52 point. I think it was 54 on 1.6. I'll check it out. Yeah. So this is a big deal. Because what have we got? We've got the KRE. That's the regional banks, and that's the rotation that I'm talking about. All-time high as we speak. Unbelievable. 70.81 up 72 cents. I shouldn't have said an all-time high. A recovery high, a year-long recovery from over the 70.24 level. And that was back in, I think it was somewhere around October, November of last year. And look at this. All-time high was way up there, 78.81 on the 1st of January, 2022. That is 3 years ago. So this is what I'm talking about. That it's not a blanket market that's just going up. It is going up, but it is moving through the different sectors. And that is really, when you're out, you're out. Bitcoin, out. And that's just the way it's been. All right. Enough said with this. Let's just go. Now let me run this in case I can't even remember now. Here we go. Dow trading right now at up 247 at 49.332, holding okay after that big spike to the upside. We'll see where we close. S&P is trading right now at 6898. Let me just finish this up here. Yeah, big move to the upside. Now it's at the low of the day. It hit 69.30. Now it's at 68.97, struggling somewhat. QQQ, as we're going to go to the break. QQQ up $1.83 at 618.13. And I think even the IWM has pulled back a little. Just a little. It's up 2.3 at 270.60. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Let's continue 408.73. Let me just type this in here. This is semiconductors, 408.73. Hit that this morning. Leg G/C pulling back from the high. It's at 402.30 right now. Still a very strong all-time high. So let's go on. It's very important where the semis go, the market tends to go as well. I just wanted to show you something here. We had that peak D in the 10-minute chart, peak G/C, but it turns out to be a peak G. In the 5-minute, peak E in the 2-minute chart, and the 1-minute chart made a peak E. I think we're trying to rally here. If the 9-period moving average can just get positive, we're watching that closely. Let me just do a couple of other things here. I want to get back to this. Yeah, so I'm not going to rush into that. As we're looking at this, so that's the semiconductors. Then I want you to look at the TLT. The TLT is trading just about unchanged at 873 at the lower end of the range. So therefore the TBT is the higher end of the range. But it did make a spike. You see, this is exactly where you want to have an alternate count, because there's your peak D. There's not a technical Friday, but it's going to be a technical day. And then it pulls back from the 35s down to the 33s. Then it has a big spike and a gap up 3 sessions ago. Then pulls back. Now it's at 34.88. And it is a leg C in the weekly chart. So yields, the way I've been looking at yields for some time, is that we mustn't take it for granted that yields are just going to go down, because some people have said that they're going to go down. I have to look at this and say, wait a minute. There's been a kind of a tug of war, and some of the information that's coming out in terms of the economics, like jobs, etc., I would say that that's pretty good. There's a good chance that within the context of, within the context of where we've been, what we're looking at, and where we are just in terms of the economy is held way better. In fact, I might be wrong, but I thought I read just the other day that the average cost of a new automobile, is now up at the 50,000 level. And yet there's been an increase of maybe 7%, something like that, from last year to this year in 2024 to 2025. I mean, that's really important. That's pretty good. So the yields, I think, right now are not the issue, but they could become an issue. So talking about yields, just to divert for a second. Look, Toll Brothers had a really nice spike to the upside today. It's at a new all-time high, hit 151.10. This is really not an all-time high. I'm sorry, a recovery high, a year-long high. 159.62 was the high back in November 2024. It slumps down to the 80s, and now it's at 149. Nice action, good action. So you see, between the automobiles and the housing, at least looking at Toll Brothers, people are buying. If they want to buy, they're putting money to work and they're buying. Okay, now let's get back to our story. And the story is GDX. GDX making a possible peak F right here at 105.33 high yesterday, trading at 103.70, but it's still very strong. Look, the price is way over the 9. 9's way over the 14. The MACD is still expanding, still good, strong. Stochastic's flat at 91%. On-balance volume did pull back with the price, but it's still holding great. So I just don't see anything yet to say. Remember, I had a question 2-3 days ago. Is this a time to short, or at least to consider a short? Not yet. Not yet. And I think it's going to have to be something like the margin. If margin requirements for gold and silver really start to skyrocket, you're going to see these things pull back. That's just the way it works. Other than that, I don't see anything, how can I put it? I don't see anything in the geopolitical spectrum just at this particular moment, right? To say, hey, even if there's more peace talk, money, the countries that are putting money to work here are still putting the money to work. All right, with that said, just want to show you something here because I promised that a couple of people say, could you, during your show, is it possible to show your notation of the Chapman wave methodology? This is like see in the 1 minute chart, the 9-period moving average turned positive. You haven't turned positive in the 2 minute. It is close, but it has. If it tags the 200-period moving average of 69.44, then I think you'll get that. You haven't got it yet. But look at this beautiful support level in the 5 minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times over the last 25 minutes, it hit the 200-period moving average. I should say last 30 minutes. And this last 5 minute bar has moved to the upside. So the levels to watch will be the 69.44 level of the 2 minute chart and the 69.45 level of the 1 minute chart. It's kind of struggling with the technical so strong. It should be much stronger, and it's not. We'll see what happens. Okay. Now, with that said, what did I just do? I just did that. Oh, gosh. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, here we go back. That's the GDX. The silver, SIL, is a leg F/C in the weekly chart, leg G/C in the monthly chart, and you've got a G/C. All of these G/Cs, basically it should be a C, but I'm just giving you the alternate count. It's important to have that. Nothing wrong. Look at that. Stochastic at 94%, MACD good. Oh, this is nice action. What are we doing here? Yeah, so that's the Global X Silver Miners ETF. Now there are a couple of things I want you to do. High-grade copper is pulled back from the 6.145 high that was made just 6 sessions ago. And that was a peak D, possible weekly peak D. I think it's going to be a peak D because we've only got today and Friday to go. There's a double top. And I've told you that the rectangle formation can go, and I've got webinars on this. As a technique, it's just, I've proved it over and over again. It's proved itself over and over again. You got the rectangle. It's like a very lopsided gravy cup. I like to draw it in as a lopsided gravy cup, but this is a stiff one to do because, wow, look at that. It is very lopsided. And what happens is if it goes down almost a single move down, and then it starts to move higher, it can go and it makes higher highs, and especially if it makes higher lows, it doesn't have to, but if it makes higher highs, it can go all the way to another peak D, just under, right on, or just above the previous high. And then you've got to be careful. Why? Because if it comes back and it takes out halfway of the rectangle formation, in this case 5.31 of the copper continuous contract, that's a big problem. So far, it's still holding very well, but you've got the potential for a double top here. Isn't that fascinating? And it squeaked by the previous one, which is at 6.11 back in the week of 25th of July. This week, it went to 6.15. So that's nice. And look what happened. Is this a leg G in the monthly chart? I'm going to call it just G now. I'll come back and change it. I think it's going to be G with an alternate count. I'll just call it G. Anyway, that's copper. Okay, now questions have come in, and I need to get to them. The first one is HVT. As we go into the break, I'll put it up. HVT. No, I put it up on the wrong chart. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's up 250.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
So We're looking at Haverty Furniture. Now, I remember this one from way back. I think we even had it just for a very brief time. Unfortunately, I've lost the notation. Usually I have it on the chart. But that huge move back in 2020, I think it was April, the April low, whoosh, it went from like, what was it, 3.81, and it goes peak A, peak B, peak C, D. Look at this. Anyone believe in the rectangle formations? Anyone believe in the Chapman wave notation going from a bi-signal to a bi-mode, meaning it should go to at least 4 higher peaks, and then you got to be careful. Look at this, A, B, C, D. Look at that. That's the only thing it did. It's the first time it did a D since back in 2017, and it was just a tiny one. And look what it does. It goes peak A, peak B, failure, A, B, failure. It comes all the way back from the 48 area, comes back to the 19 or 18, and now it's starting at leg C in the monthly chart. MACD is good. Look at that relative strength, very nice. Stochastics still weak at 62%. I'm looking at this and saying, I'm a little concerned about this on-balance volume. Look what happened when it rallied before without the on-balance volume, and then look what happened when it rallied with the on-balance volume. So that's a little problem to me. Now, HVT trading at 27.30, up 23 cents right now. Leg C in the weekly chart, all the technicals are good. With the on-balance volume, we go with a sneeze first, a cough, and then a sneeze. Give me 1 second. So with that said, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to say, within the context of this rotation, that if the home builders are going to come on strong again a little later on in the year, then you should see Haverty Furniture do well. So I like it. It's in leg C right now. Would I get it right here? Yes. I would start my position here at 27.50. Why would I start the position? Because although the on-balance volume again is not great, the stochastics held at 82%, even with that dip. I like it, but I would not get the full position. I'd rather add to this incrementally. And at this particular point, 27.30, I'd say you could even risk down to 26.50. And a very short term, but let's just say start your engine. So, and this is a person who gave us a good one based on the same at least idea that maybe if rates are going to start coming down, then we're looking at Home Depot doing well, which is already done very well. Leg C as well, trading at unchanged right now at 384.63, and then this is the person that brought us Dawn, and that went to a leg D yesterday. This is day one. Dawn, wasn't that wasn't the person that brought us Dawn. What was the other one? Gosh, I thought I remembered it. It wasn't Dawn, but it was in the Doug, D-O-U-G, Doug, and then it had a beautiful move up into the threes, and then it cascaded the next day, and the following day went to 251. That's the 271. This one is now, it was a beautiful break to the upside, but you have to treat it as, it's almost like a biotech. Doug Elliman Inc., real estate broker, it does high end, but you can see if I looked at this, I would have said, gee, except for the fact that you didn't have long wicks, but the actual character of the chart is very much like a biotech. So I like it at 271, but I think I said before, treat it as, that throat, I don't know. Still repairing itself from a long, long time ago. Okay, 2.71 up a penny. Treat it as something that you buy, but don't get too carried away and kind of put it in the drawer and don't look at it. But if you are going to look at it below 2.45, it's a problem. Up here, 271, preferably going to 280, it's much, much better. Okay, now another question came in. HVT, yes, approximately the time of COVID when everyone was buying furniture online. Good point. I forgot about that, Duncan Steve. Very nice. Now, here's another thing that I want to look at. So I had a question about Ondas. ONDS. We got into it the other day, got out of it immediately because it didn't work. And it's holding well, but is this in that area, Ondas Holdings, private wireless data and autonomous drone solutions for industry and government? Is this the rotation that we're looking at, going into other areas? I have to think that there's a good chance that that's what's happening here, and it's just stalling. So I'm just going to say, I do like it. I still think that the weekly chart is much, much better, but I'm not going in just yet. I might have to pay up, but I'm just a little nervous that it's in the category that says, not now. That's all. It's not saying don't buy me. It's just saying not now. So I hope I can at least give you some direction by saying under 11. Look, the low of the 20th was 1180. We just got stopped out and then it ran up, but that's just the way it is. Now, I'm just going to say that if it goes under 1170, it's just kind of done for a little while, and then it's going to have to repair that. It's going to have a big spike to the upside, but I'm just a little nervous. So I'm kind of staying away there. I'm going for the deep cyclicals right now. They seem to be working in the den. Elo says Wayfair. Wayfair is trading right now. Nice move today, up 4.10 at 114.48. Went to G/C just 5 sessions ago. This is Wayfair Furniture, Lighting, Cookware, Online. What is what's that one that we got our chairs from once? What was it? Oh, man. Good grief. Why am I forgetting it? They're always in malls. They do cookware and stuff like that. And home goods. All right, I'm forgetting what it is. I could just picture it right now, but I can't give you the name. Yeah, so Wayfair is in that category. Next question, Ondas needs very quickly to move to the upside because right now I'd just say stuck. CRML, this is materials. Look, this is CRML is Critical Materials Corporation, Mining Development Company, lithium, rare earths for supply chains. What happened to the price over there? There it is. Beta Peak C is holding very nicely. I do like it. It's one of those that this plus MP, which is trading up today, up 4 at 69, MP Materials Corporation. These I like. So I'm just saying, yes, I do like it. No, it wasn't Crate and Barrel. It was that other one. So let me just give you this again, CRML. And as I'm looking at it, I'm going to say that it is doing very nicely. I do like it, and I think it's going to go to 20.35 over the next week and a half.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer, the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Yeah, so it was Williams-Sonoma, which is almost at an all-time high. This is amazing. Will it double top or will it break out? Look at that monthly chart. Makes a high right in January of 2025, a year ago, 219.98. In the interim, it's gone down to the 130 level. Then it comes back, gray A, gray B, gray C. And all it needs to do is, today's high is 219.54. and 219.98. It's almost at an all-time high. Williams-Sonoma, WSM, trading down 251 right now, 213.03. Yeah, so you can see thematically what I'm looking at. Now, I had a Skyworks, SKYW. Let's see, Skyworks in the transport, if time permitting, for today. Okay, yeah, we can do it. So very big move, 104.99, up 3. And we're looking at Skyworks. Is this SkyWest? Oh, it's not Skyworks Solutions. It's SkyWest. I thought, how's that? SkyWest Inc. Look at that rectangle formation, but this one is a little different. Look, there it is. Rectangle formation after making an all-time high in the 130s, pulls back to the 70s, and now it's at 104, given a 50% retracement. So let's just do this. Now, that was looking very ugly last week. This week is much, much better. Yes, up 3. So let me just do this. It's worth doing a real quick Chapman wave notation just to show you something very interesting. Look at this. You've got a low right here and didn't make a D. Well, that's what the objective is, to make a D. And it went a beautiful move from the 92-ish area right there. It goes peak A, peak B, and then it goes to a C, and then it takes it doesn't go C minus because it didn't take out the low, but it's gone down, trough A, trough B, trough C, trough D, trough E. Look at that. And now I'll put a plus sign to say it's another technical up move. So it's an A, gray A. Why is it gray? Because it hasn't finished the D yet. A, gray A. I'm not going to change the color right now. And B, yes, this is nice. If it can go over, over the week of the 26th, let's see, that was on the 5th of January, the high was 105.00 with a low of 101.00, and then it just tumbled down to the 95s. Yes, this is nice. Good eye. ESV. I like that. Very good. So let me just make a note of it because it's just worth observing here that there are a couple that are showing strength right now, and that is really important. Okay, now I've done a couple of things, and I need to do that. Just wanted to show you, remember I was looking at the 200-period moving averages? Let me show you, let me get this out. If I could just change this, I want to raise the stop after all that work. Yeah, okay. So have a look at this. You've got the 1 minute chart, went to a peak D, and hugged the 200-period moving average. Now it's trying to push above it. I'm calling that E in the 1-minute chart. But wait a minute. Finally, we've got D in the 2-minute chart. That's important. Look, D above the 200-period moving average resistance. It's now hopefully support. And this is still a gray A in the 5-minute chart and the 10-minute chart. Is this going to be a 2-click session? Well, more than 2 for me, but at least a 2-click session in the sense that from the low, you might not have to do anything until later in the day. I don't know, but so far it's improving a lot. Okay, let's get back to our story. And I said that I did. Yeah, so UEC. Huey Lewis always think. So UEC, oh, what a nice move up today. And I've been focusing on it, and we didn't get in because it looked like you were kind of vulnerable to a pullback. This kind of moved nicely above the 9-period moving average, and the 9 way above the 14 and parallel to the 14 on the upside. I love that sort of thing. And look at this. That's a peak G. Therefore, this cannot be nothing else but a peak B. This is Uranium Energy Core, UEC, up 80 cents, up 4.2 today at 19.62. The other one we were looking at was U. So 4 U's, not the same pattern. That's 3 U's. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll see a big difference. Look at that. Up today, up 1.09, up 4.8% at 23.61. Peak C going to a leg D. If it can go 1 penny above the 24.35 high of the 20th, I like this. And then you're going to have a target right here of this high of the week of the 17th of October of last year of 27.33. So things are really working very nicely in some of the areas. That's what I'm trying to point out. Okay, next question came in. Whoops. You see 2 standard deviations looking in. Yeah, so Michelle's talking about the GC. Yeah, good point. Weekly 2 standard deviations, 48.69. Knock in again. Yes. Okay. So let me just do this because I wanted to show it in the continuous contract. This is the GC. And you remember, I think I mentioned this yesterday. No, I probably didn't, but I should have mentioned it. This is almost like an inverted Chapman wave green Roman candle, which says that if it can hold above the halfway marker of the wick, which is 48.69 for, I'd say 60 minutes. It hasn't got there yet. But if it does that, there's a really good chance it's going to go very quickly between today and tomorrow to the 48.91.2 area, because 48.91.1 was the high of yesterday. So, and what's the support? Support in the shorter term is this green 9-period moving average of 47.03, and it's a rising support line. Unless, as I say, I am absolutely sure that just looking at the history of what I've been following for years and years and years, that if something that's really hot in the commodities, suddenly there's talk of margins being raised, that usually puts a cap on the upside and starts to see a pullback to the downside. So we've got our D in the 2-minute chart, still leg A in the 5-minute chart. Let's just see what happens next. Let me just raise the stop here. No need to get stopped out of something that's working so nicely. Okay, next thing we're going to look at here is, so here we go. I had questions yesterday, and yes, Basil, could you look at IGV? IGV, this is fascinating. This is the tech sector itself. Look, this is IGV, is the iShares Expanded Tech Sector ETF. Now, I had a question because that's your starting point right there. So any pullback here, I should not have put the plus sign, the up arrow there. I could have put even the down. So let me just talk about this. This is why the Chapman wave notation, boy, am I spending a lot of time on trying to automate this. And all I can say is that within the context of struggle, because there are different iterations. And the whole thing is, most of the time, when the 9-period moving average has, after a peak D, hasn't pulled back sharply, even though the price has pulled back, and then it goes higher, think alternate counts. So this should have been E/A, and that should have been F/B. You have to do that. You have no choice. Why? Because it's starting to weaken. And you've got to identify correctly where you are. That's all the obligation of the Chapman Wave is to say, all right, let me just give you this. It's up one at 96.44. It made a peak D double top. That was back in October of last year. And that was at the 117-ish area. And here it is at 98. That's
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
I broke your back. So let me just do this. I had a question about RTX. That's Raytheon defense area. Makes an all-time high 3 sessions ago, 203.03. And the question was, over the last 5 years, would the 200-day exponential moving average prevent you from selling RTX? Let me just show you this quick. Oh, I can't show it to you right now. So, yes, it's just been a beautiful, beautiful move. And I always have to laugh because I have a good friend who's a senior engineer at Raytheon, the most peaceful guy you could ever find. And here he is just doing so well with these Raytheon shares. So, yeah, I wouldn't fight this at all. Tomorrow, in fact, I'll spend a little time talking about the 200-period exponential moving average. Look how beautiful that is. I do expect that we're looking at a potential right now of a little digestive phase. Look, there's the rectangle. So, yeah, it's not a big deal. But that's what I'm looking at here. But so far, I don't see any major sell signal other than this thing. And next question was IWM. Basil, the recent dip in IWM and only peak B in monthly tells me to simply view each dip as being on sale and add without so much overthinking. Agree. Yes, I agree. So after the Russell 2000, we're still long, and this is just done so well. It's a leading, I mean, come on. When was the Russell 2000 small caps? I remember hearing someone the other day say, oh, the small caps, that's where the junk is. Oh, I love junk. Look at it. Junk goes from 3 weeks ago, from 246 to 271. Fine. Give me junk all day. All right. With that said, I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. I'm going to get back to my programming here to see if I can get this chart wave notation automated. Wow. Tough when you think of the alternatives. Oh, that's what I was talking about a moment ago. Did I do it? Ooh. And IGV. So I didn't want to continue with IGV. This is in a sell mode in the weekly. iShares expanded, and I'll talk about this alternate count with a 9-period moving average tomorrow, and why I shouldn't put a down arrow at PD. If it doesn't, the 9's still very strong. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Check out Mo Nicole Daily Newsletter, and stay tuned.